Remember the golden age of TV commercials? The ones that made us laugh, made us cringe, and somehow convinced us that sugar-packed cereal was part of a balanced breakfast? Well, not all of them aged well. In fact, some of these ads were so wild, they'd get banned instantly if they aired today. Buckle up, because we're diving into the funniest, most outrageous TV commercials that would never make it past today's censors. Number 10. Kool-Aid Man Breaks the Law, 1970s to 1980s.
So I see, refreshing and bright, yeah. Got to have some more. All right.
Oh yeah. Or more like, oh no. The Kool-Aid Man was an unstoppable force of destruction, smashing through walls like a sugar-fueled wrecking ball. While we all loved seeing him burst through fences, living rooms, and even schools, it's hard to ignore the message this ad sent. Destruction is fun. Today, this would get instantly banned for promoting reckless behavior, excessive sugar intake, and, let's be real, breaking and entering. Also, who's paying for all that drywall damage? Imagine trying to explain to your insurance company that a giant talking pitcher just ruined your home. Number 9. Burger King's Herb the Nerd campaign, 1985 to 1986.
Now that Herb loves the Whopper, he's visiting a Burger King in every state. Study the Herb poster, because the first person to spot Herb in each restaurant wins $5,000.
Meet Herb. Or don't, because no one actually cared. This ad campaign was supposed to be funny, but it ended up being one of the most cringeworthy marketing disasters of the 80s. The idea? Herb was the only person in America who had never eaten a Burger King Whopper. The result? A national joke that no one laughed at. Burger King spent millions promoting this awkward character, even offering rewards to customers who could find Herb in stores. But instead of being a lovable underdog, Herb was just weird. Awkward marketing, a forced gimmick, and the sheer second-hand embarrassment of watching these ads doomed this campaign. Today, this ad would be canceled for being painfully out of touch and just plain annoying. Number 8. Sugar Smacks Dig 'em the Frog, 1970s.
It's still rolling.
Time to eat those puffs of wheat, Kellogg's Sugar Smacks.
I don't believe it.
Bowling is right up my alley.
Kellogg's Sugar Smacks.
Part of this nutritious breakfast.
Dig 'em.
When breakfast cereals were basically candy, and no one cared. Sugar Smacks, starring Dig 'em the Frog, was marketed as the perfect way to start the day, with a hyperactive frog mascot literally bribing kids with sugar. Dig 'em wasn't just enthusiastic. He was practically bouncing off the walls, mirroring exactly what happened to every child who ate a bowl of this cereal before school. Looking back, the sheer amount of sugar in each bite was enough to keep dentists in business for decades. If this aired today, parents' groups would riot, nutritionists would faint on sight, and the FDA would probably have something to say about marketing pure sugar as breakfast. Number 7. Flintstones Winston Cigarettes, 1960s.
I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break.
That's it! Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend.
Yeah, Fred.
Yep, this was real. A children's cartoon, The Flintstones no less, was out here casually selling cigarettes like they were the coolest thing since the wheel. Fred and Barney didn't just smoke Winston cigarettes, they endorsed them, praising the smooth taste like they were in a 1950s noir film. The casual nature of this ad makes it even more surreal today. These were cartoon cavemen selling a product we now associate with major health risks. Imagine SpongeBob SquarePants pausing in an episode to light up and discuss the fine quality of his preferred tobacco brand. Today, this ad would cause absolute chaos. the backlash would be instant, and social media would explode with outrage. Number 6. Pepsi's Come Alive slogan disaster, 1960s.
Come alive, you're in the Pepsi generation.
Pepsi has had some wild ad campaigns, but this one actually caused international confusion. In the 1960s, Pepsi introduced the slogan, "Come alive, you're in the Pepsi generation." Sounds harmless, right? Well, not if you lived in China, where the translation ended up saying, "Pepsi brings your ancestors back from the dead." Yep, nothing like cracking open a cold soda and reviving grandma. While this obviously wasn't intentional, it became one of the most infamous marketing fails in history. If a company did something like this today, it would instantly become meme material, trending worldwide for all the wrong reasons. Number 5. Mr. T's Treat Your Mother Right, PSA, 1984.
And the miserable groan from the pain that she felt when I was born. Always for the oven with its burning heat, where she stood making sure I had something to eat.
Mr. T was a lot of things. An action hero, a wrestling icon, and apparently a rapper? This bizarre PSA featured Mr. T aggressively yelling at kids to treat your mother right, while rapping in a way that can only be described as concerning. Between the stiff dance moves, random children harmonizing in fear, and lyrics that felt like they were written 5 minutes before filming, this was the kind of ad you watched once and never forgot. Would this fly today? Nope. But it did give us a legendary meme-worthy moment. Number 4. Play-Doh's Play-Doh Pete's Wild Ride, 1970s.
You look different. That's because I'm made out of new, brighter colored Play-Doh. Kids love to squish it and squash it and make all kinds of things. And the new, brighter colors make Play-Doh even more fun. You're fun, too.
Ah, Play-Doh. The beloved childhood toy that let kids create whatever their innocent little minds imagined. Well, turns out, kids' imaginations are not always PG. This ad encouraged children to make anything with Play-Doh, featuring some, very unfortunate shapes that got past every adult in the marketing department. Somehow, the marketing team never thought twice about including clips that had parents everywhere doing double takes. If this aired today, it would break the internet in all the wrong ways. Social media would have a field day, and parents would be calling for product recalls before the first commercial break. The innocence of childhood creativity met the chaos of unintended consequences, and the result was a legendary commercial that would be banned in a heartbeat. Number 3. Bud Light's Yes, I Am campaign, 90s.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
What do you do when you're out of ideas for a beer commercial? Apparently, you create the dumbest catchphrase imaginable and repeat it 500 times. Yes, I Am became a weird cultural meme for about 5 minutes. But looking back, it was basically encouraging people to BS their way through life. The premise was simple. Say, yes, I am, with enough confidence, and you can get into anywhere. Fancy party? Check. VIP lounge? No problem. Job interview? Why not? Today, this would be banned for promoting deceit and irresponsibility, not to mention being one of the most aggressively annoying ads in beer commercial history. If you remember this one, you probably still cringe every time you hear those 3 little words. Number 2. Pepsi and Michael Jackson's Hair Incident, 1984. Pepsi commercials in the 80s were huge. They had the biggest stars, the coolest effects, and in this case, the most dangerous stunts. Enter Michael Jackson. The king of pop was mid-performance when a pyrotechnic malfunction turned his hair into a literal fireball. This wasn't just a commercial gone wrong, it was one of the most infamous accidents in TV ad history. Today, there would be lawsuits, endless controversy, and about 1,000 conspiracy theories on Twitter. But in the 80s, just another wild day in advertising. The commercial itself became legendary, but the aftermath overshadowed everything. Michael's injury changed the way companies approached live-action ads, proving that sometimes chasing spectacle can lead to disaster. Number 1. KFC's Finger Lickin' Good ad during a health crisis, 2020. What happens when you run a Finger Lickin' Good campaign right in the middle of a global pandemic? Disaster. KFC had the worst timing imaginable, airing an ad where people gleefully licked their hands while the world was screaming about hygiene. The image of people slathering their fingers in grease and licking them with pure satisfaction was enough to make even the biggest fried chicken fans uncomfortable. The backlash was immediate. KFC had to pull the entire campaign and issue a public apology. If there's ever a Hall of Fame for ads that aged terribly, this one takes the fried chicken crown. Timing is everything, and this ad proved that sometimes what was once iconic can turn into a PR nightmare overnight. And there you have it, 10 commercials that definitely wouldn't make it past today's censors. Which one shocked you the most? Do you remember any other wild ads from back in the day? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and keep the nostalgia alive.